Hey there, it's Steve from Serious Keto, and in this video we are going to make what I think is my new favorite dipping sauce, cowboy butter. A while back on one of my grilling videos, one of my viewers asked me if I had ever had cowboy butter. The answer was no, but I made a mental note of it. Actually, I made a note of it on my phone, and I saw that note this morning. We were already planning on having some ribeyes for dinner, so I thought, let's try out some cowboy butter. A search of the internet yielded a number of different recipes for cowboy butter, all with subtle differences, yet they all had some things in common, namely butter, Dijon mustard, lemon juice, and fresh herbs. Fortunately, I have a lot of fresh herbs out in my garden. So, let's go out in my garden, grab some fresh herbs, and make my version of cowboy butter. So for my herbs, I'm going to start by harvesting some parsley and some thyme. And then I've got a bunch of wild chives growing beside my garden. Grab some of those, start mincing them up. The chives, the parsley finely chopped. Then I'm going to crush a couple of cloves of garlic, peel them, and then I always cut off the stem end. I have 2 cloves that I'm going to give a rough chop to and then mince up. Set that aside. And then my least favorite herb to deal with, thyme. It's rather time consuming. Once I've got it all off the stem, I'll give that another little chop, just to break up some of those bigger leaves. And with that, I kind of have my mise en place. So we move on to the sauce itself with 1 stick of unsalted butter, that's 8 tablespoons or about 113 grams. I'm going to cut that into pieces just so it melts faster in my saucepan. Then I have the juice of 1/2 lemon. That's about 1.5 tablespoons, give or take 25 ml if you're doing metric. Add that to my saucepan. Then I have 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard. Excuse me. And I'll spatulize that out to get every last little bit. Then I have 1 tablespoon of prepared horseradish, a 1/4 teaspoon of smoked paprika, and a 1/4 teaspoon of chili flakes. I'll transport this over to my stovetop, where I'm going to melt this all together over medium heat, stirring fairly frequently. Now it should form an emulsion, meaning everything holds together. Then I'm going to add 2 cloves of minced garlic, 1 tablespoon of minced chives, 2 teaspoons of chopped thyme, and 2 tablespoons of finely chopped parsley. We'll stir this together and let it continue to cook over medium heat, stirring from time to time over the next 5 minutes. Meanwhile, I have preheated my grill. I'm going to check the grates just to make sure we are at searing temp. And 700 degrees. I like that. I'm going to do a few shrimp as well to test out the sauce with. And then my steaks, I've already pre-cooked these sous vide to rare. So they're technically already cooked. I'm just trying to get some good grill marks on them. After a minute, I'll flip the shrimp and the steaks. Wait another minute, give them another flip. I want to see if I can get a decent crosshatch pattern with my grill marks here. So then after about 4 minutes in total on the grill, I think these are good to go. I don't want to overcook them, so let's get them off the grill, let them rest for a minute, and then plate them up and give them a taste. Oh, and don't forget about our shrimp. Need our surf and turf.
Flavors in the herbs and butter is really delicious. Blended together. The lemon. Is there lemon? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Thanks, dear. It's delicious.
You want to try one of your shrimp?
Sure. Amber smells all this too. Splash maybe less lemon. But yeah, very good. It goes well with shrimp.
I'm not picking up a ton of lemon. I think it's pretty balanced. All the herbs and everything, it's wow. I'll try it with the shrimp. I almost think that if you were doing something like this with fish, maybe a little tarragon in there would go pretty well. So for a name like Cowboy Butter, this is pretty gourmet tasting. This is a big thumbs up. Now, a couple of quick tips on Cowboy Butter. You can customize this however you want. I've seen some recipes that use minced shallot. I think that would be pretty tasty. If you want to switch up some of the herbs, like I mentioned during the taste testing, perhaps you're putting this on fish. I think maybe some tarragon would be a good herb to use. If you wanted to ramp up the garlic or maybe the chili pepper, get a little more smoky flavor by upping the paprika, the smoked paprika, to a half teaspoon. All these, go ahead, make the changes, customize this as much as you want. One thing to be aware of though is this sauce will break. The fat will separate out of it if you cook it for too long. So I recommend, you can get all the ingredients ready, but don't actually start making it until about 5 minutes before you're ready to serve. By the time Terry and I had finished our dinner, the sauce that was left in the saucepan had broken. It had separated. And I decided I would try an experiment to see if I could bring it back together using a little perfected xanthan gum. Did not work. The oil stayed separated and the rest, the non-oil part, got really thick and mucousy. So perhaps there is a stabilizer or emulsifier that would work, but xanthan gum is not it. So Cowboy Butter, I'm thrilled to have found out about this, and I hope that if you're not aware of it and try it out, you're as excited about how it tastes as I am. If you enjoyed this video, please click that like button. If you're not a subscriber already, tap that subscribe button, then hit the bell to turn on all notifications. And if you really enjoyed this video, hit that thanks button. Buy me some more butter. But that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.